Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Brave Kids Art Club. My name is Brad and today is another beautiful day for drawing, so thank you guys so much for showing up. Today we are going to be drawing an insect, but what kind of insect? Let me give you a few hints. This insect has stripes, it communicates by dancing, and it makes a buzzing noise. Okay, I think y'all kind of guessed it already, huh? Yeah, we are drawing a bee. I've been waiting to draw a bee for a long time, so let's make sure we have everything we need and let's get started. All right, we always need to make sure we have a clean sheet of paper. We'll need a pencil that's sharpened, and we'll need an eraser of some type because we're gonna do a lot of sketching. We make a lot of mistakes when we're sketching, and that's the point. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to try to figure things out with the pencil before we go to our permanent marker or dark pen or something like that that we're gonna use for our outlines. So have something like that. And then we're also going to need something to color with. So I got my big bag of markers. Maybe you'll have paint or crayons or whatever else. All that's totally fine. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start with our sketch. Now, we wanna make sure that our bee fits in here. Now, bees are really, really small, but we're gonna draw a really, really big bee just because we wanna see all the fun details, and it might surprise you what they have on them. And it surprised me too, seeing one up close, because you always see them so tiny, you don't notice some really cool things about them. So, we're gonna start off with a football shape. We did that on our last one with the mallard. But we're gonna start off with a football shape right over here. About this big, kind of a, let's do that. Kind of a football shape like that. Or a leaf shape, we could say. Okay, so we got that leaf shape, which is actually the abdomen of our bee. And they have three different parts to a bee. They have an abdomen, and then we're gonna draw a circle right here, and this is gonna be called the thorax. We're gonna draw a circle right here, overlapping just a little bit, and that's called the thorax. And then we're going to draw the head. We're gonna overlap it a little bit, and we're gonna draw kind of an oval shape. All right? Like this. I'm not doing a very great job, but that's why I'm doing it with a pencil, because I can erase all this. There we go. Maybe if you want to fill in the space a little bit more, you could erase it and move it, but we could also put in like flowers or a beehive or something else like that, if you'd like to fill in the space. On the head here, let's add a little eye, or a big eye, I should say. We'll do a big eye on here. I'm gonna do a kind of oval. Normally I do a circle one, but I'm gonna do an oval one to kind of match how their eyes actually look. In the bee world, males or boy bees, they have bigger eyes than the girl bees, which I thought was kind of interesting. So you can decide if yours is gonna be a boy or a girl, just make the eyes bigger or smaller. And then I'll draw a big pupil in there to make them look pretty friendly. There we are. And then on the mouth too, I want to add maybe just, this is not how their mouths look like in real life, but we're going to simplify it a little bit and just give them a little smiley face right here. How about that? Just to make it look like a happy bee. Sometimes we have some negative associations with bees, meaning we could be scared of bees or we think they're always out to go get us and sting us, but that's not true. Now, if you do mess with their hive or you try to swat at them or something, sometimes they'll sting you, but that's only because they're trying to protect themselves or their hive. And they really don't want to sting you, because if they do sting you, the stinger, which we'll draw right here on the back, let's just draw a little line right here. We'll just draw a little stinger. That stinger is part of their body. So when it sticks in you, they fly away, and that stinger is part of their body is still on your arm or wherever you got stung, and that means they die. All right, so let's add a couple antennas up here on top of their head. Bees are so important. We need to make sure that we treat our bees very, very well. We don't try to kill bees just because they sting. Like I said, that's not why they're not trying to sting you because they're mean. They're trying to defend themselves. But bees are what pollinate a ton of different plants and crops, which are things that we eat, and they help things grow. So it's really, really important that we have bees to pollinate. And if we get rid of all those bees, then a lot of those plants won't be able to grow. All right, maybe we should add some stripes on the back. Or no, wait, you know what? Let's add the wings on the top here. And we'll have one wing on the back and we'll have one in the front here. So I'm gonna draw one right here. Let's do this. I'm just gonna kind of do like a teardrop shape, like that. Like that. There we go. Got a nice big wing, and then we're gonna put one in the back as well. We'll kind of do a little bit shorter. And we're gonna have that come around, like maybe like that. There we go. And then we don't have to show it in the front because it's on the other side. So what I will do is I'll take out that line in the middle of there, just to show that this wing is on top. There we go. And then we'll probably just go ahead. I'm just gonna erase this part right here. There we go. Now our bee is coming together. All right, what else do we need to do on here? We need to add some legs. Let's add some legs. They have 6 legs. So we have 2 right up here in the front. Let's do those first. So let's draw them with a line first. We'll draw just the lines and then we can do other shapes or details that we want to do. So I'm gonna go like this. And there's one on the other side. Just a line right here. A line maybe right there. There you go, we'll have them dangling down. And I'll fix these after I kind of just see where I want to put them all. That's what I'm doing right now. So we'll kind of go like that. Maybe there's one in the background that we kind of see. And then we'll do another one. It starts right about here where the thorax meets the abdomen. So that's the thorax, is the abdomen. We're going to kind of have something, big longer legs going in the back. And then I'll draw another one just like it back there. There we go. Starting to look like a bee. It's kind of off and to the left. And maybe that's perfect for you because you're going to have a flower there. So that pollen that's all over the plants, when they're going to suck and eat the nectar, that sweet stuff that's in the plant, then it makes it so that that pollen gets stuck to their bodies. So when they go to another flower, another plant, it brings that pollen to the other plant and it helps make new plants. So it's really important that we have them, and that's part of it. And they eat that nectar, and that's what they bring back to their hives. Okay, so let's draw some stripes here. We'll draw some stripes. Big stripes. That's how we know that they're bees, right? We know those big stripes on their body. And the stripes are really just on their abdomen there. And then the rest of this part's really just fuzzy. What else do we need to put on here? Oh, we need to do the little veins in the wings. You can do that if you'd like. Like that. I'm not going to probably do too much of this because I'm going to probably do that with just my marker. But I'll do something like that. I don't want to do it with my pen because it'd be probably a little too dark, a little too messy. So I'll fix that. Okay, so let's fix up these legs. Now, what I want to do is just do little triangles like this. Little tiny triangles, or stretched out triangles, I should say, for the different parts of the body. And at the very end, I'll just do a little V shape. 2 little lines, and that's how I'll do all of my legs. Like this. Like that. See how I'm doing that? So I'm just doing little triangles everywhere. And that's going to make up the different legs. So speaking of their legs, I said earlier that bees, they know how to dance. They do very specific patterns of movement, which we call a dance, and that's how they communicate with each other. Isn't that cool? I'm a really bad dancer, so I probably would not be very communicative if I were a bee. I'd have a hard time with that. Maybe some of you guys are really good dancers, and it'd be no problem at all. There we go. So I'm going to do the same thing over and over again. Now, you don't have to do this. This is just something that I decided I like the look of. But if you want to do something else, if you want to just leave those as straight lines, that's totally fine. It'll probably look just as cool or even cooler. So I thought they communicated through the buzzing noise, but no, that's not true. That just comes from the vibrations off of their wings when they're flying. All right, well, I'm happy with how my sketch is looking. Now we need to get out my pen or your marker, and start outlining. Are you happy with how yours is turning out? Oh, good. Well, you have time. If you need to pause, you can go ahead and do that. And if there's anything you need to erase beforehand, like I'm probably going to erase these because I don't want to mark those little veins inside the wings. You know, it looks like a leaf, the little veins in a leaf. I don't want to draw those with this dark marker, so I'm going to erase those and I'll add those later. But now, let me just start drawing our bee's body. And remember, you need to be thinking of a name for your bee. I got to think of a name for my bee. There we are. I'm going to draw the little stinger there. All right, let's draw, instead of drawing the circle here for the thorax or the main part right here on the body, it's really fuzzy, so I'm just gonna draw little lines. But now I already know where to draw those little lines to make them look like little hairs, right? Because I already drew it. And then I can just erase it underneath and no one will ever know. There we go. Perfect. And then maybe once I'm done, I'll add some more in there. But right now it's going to get a little messy, so I'll leave that be. Leave that be. Didn't even mean to say that. Alrighty. Oh man, I must be getting tired. Okay, here we go. Let's draw the mouth. Now bees, speaking of bees' mouths, so they like to eat their own honey. So bees make honey in their beehives, and they actually eat that honey. They just make a whole lot extra. They use it during the winter when they don't know if they're going to have enough food, because you know they eat the nectar off of the plants that's sweet, and they chew it up and do something really weird in their mouth that's kind of gross, and it turns it into honey. And then they store it in their beehives, and that's what they eat in the winter when they need more food. But they make a lot of extra, and that's why a lot of beekeepers can go through and have a bunch of bees and get the honey from them, and not really destroy their supply of food, because we wouldn't want to do that. We don't want them to do all the work and not be able to have any honey. So they still have honey. They still have food when we do that. They make a whole lot. But it's funny because they don't actually, as a hive, there's tons and tons of bees all together. But individually, they don't really make a lot of honey. They might make like a teaspoon of honey in their entire life. That's a little tiny bit of honey. One bee can only make that much honey. Like it would take 1,100 bees to make a jar of honey. That's a lot of bees. They store it in their hives. Oh, let's draw this eye really quick. And they have a really unique shape that creates the structure, and it's called a hexagon. And here, I'll draw a hexagon for you so you know what I'm talking about. It's this shape right here. And then the whole hive is made up of a bunch of those, all stacked together. And it makes the hive really strong. And then in each of these, they can put their honey and store their honey in them. Isn't that pretty cool? All right, that was a little tangent, but I thought it was very interesting. All right, I'm gonna name mine. I just decided on a name. Sorry, just kind of out of the blue. I'm gonna name mine Jerry. And maybe you know why. Maybe your parents know why I'm calling it Jerry. Ask your parents why I might name my bee Jerry. I'm curious to know if they would know. It's a little reference to a movie. Okay, so we got that wing in the back. Let's do the wing in the front. So because mine's named Jerry, and mine's gonna be a boy bee, that means he is not a worker bee. Did you know that? All the worker bees inside a beehive are female. The girls do all the work. The guys don't. They go around and make other colonies by finding other girl bees, and they go off and make other colonies. But they kind of just hang around. They even call them drones because they just kind of hang around and they don't do anything. That's not real life, is it? Boys and girls both work hard. But bees, girls work extra hard. Extra hard. And then there's always one queen bee that's in charge of all of them, and she's in the hive too, and they take care of the queen bee. So now I'm going to start doing these legs. Do you guys like honey? I really like the taste of honey. My wife's grandpa actually was kind of a beekeeper. He had a bunch of bees that he took care of, and they always had really, really good honey. Fresh honey. Awesome! I'm really excited about how this is turning out. Now, I might just start filling in my bees' stripes. If you don't want to, you definitely don't have to, because maybe you want to color them in purple or blue or something else. That's totally fine. Then you go ahead and color your stripes in later and not right now. I'm going to do it real quick because I know what I want to do. I know I want them to be black. So what color are bees? They're black and? That's right, they're yellow. Black and yellow. Does your bee that you're drawing right now have to be black and yellow? No, it does not. It definitely doesn't. You can make your bee whatever colors you want. You only have to draw the colors that it is if you want people to know exactly what it is sometimes. You need to be like, this is exactly what a bee looks like. You're not going to draw it purple. But because we're not using it for that, we're just drawing it for fun, we can make it whatever color we want, which is awesome. Oh wait, let's do this little leg in the back. Okay, I'm going to probably just add a few more little hairy lines on here. Just kind of bursting out the middle of here. You have to look up pictures of bees. They're really, really fuzzy bodies. It's pretty cool. I had no clue. But I think I'm pretty good. The rest of it I'm going to do with the colors. So what I need to do right now is go through and erase all the sketching part, and then I'm going to go into my coloring. So you can go ahead and pause it if you need to catch up, or we can just catch up right after we're done coloring. Alrighty, let's do that. Our little bee friend is done. Awesome. I really love how it turned out. I love the colors. I love doing the little fuzzy kind of pom-pom kind of thing right in the middle of their body. I thought that was really fun. And then I added little veins there in the wings. You can kind of copy how you did the butterfly wings, or you can do like how you do like a leaf pattern, like the little veins in a leaf. It's kind of interesting how closely related those are. But I had a lot of fun. Jerry is finished. Now I need to sign my name because I'm really proud of what I made. Maybe you have added something like a flower to fill in this space, or you just centered yours to start, which is probably the best way. But maybe you wanted to add a big flower there, which would be really fun, or a beehive. And anyway, I'm really excited to see what you guys have come up with, more than what I've done. So I'm gonna sign my name right here and call this one finished. So I love seeing what you made, and I do want to see your bees. So make sure that you tell your parents to go on Instagram, just tag us at Brave Kids Art Club, or use the hashtag Brave Kids Art Club. That way I get a chance to see it, or you can email me directly. Either way, I just really want to see what you guys are making. It always makes my day. So hopefully you're proud of what you made and you're happy with how it turned out and you had a lot of fun. And remember,
hi, I'm Alia. I'm 5 years old. I live in California. Be brave, be creative, but most importantly, be you.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.